If you feel like you've been working insanely hard in the gym and you're absolutely destroying your body during your workouts, but you still aren't seeing enough progress, I'm going to tell you exactly why that is. Hi everybody, my name is Bella and I've been lifting weights for about 4 years now. In this video, I want to tell you how for a lot of that time, I was actually lifting weights completely wrong. Now, I wasn't doing everything completely wrong, I just thought I was training more effectively than I actually was. So what was it that I should have been doing this whole time that I really was not doing effectively at all? That is progressive overload. If you don't know what progressive overload is, I'm going to make a separate video explaining it more in depth. But basically, it's where you progressively increase the intensity of your lifts over time. So you're going to continue to increase either the reps you do, the weight you lift, or like the tempo of your lifts and how explosive you are over time. And what this is going to do is it's going to continue to challenge your body and force your body to grow and adapt to support the continuous increasing load. So I assumed that because I was training to failure that I was progressively overloading, but that's not the case at all. I thought like if I go into the gym and I always go to failure, I'm going to continue to progress where failure is for me. But without tracking anything and just kind of going in and doing what felt like failure, I was really not progressively overloading effectively at all. And that is the real reason why I was making no progress. Because yes, training to failure can help stimulate more muscle growth, but progressive overload is the #1 fundamental principle to build muscle. Training to failure really is just a tool to help you progressive overload. And I try to encourage people to use it sparingly because a couple things it does is #1, it hinders your recovery, and #2, it just absolutely exhausts you during your workouts. So it has to be incorporated very strategically in order to make it an effective training strategy and not be counterproductive. Which in my case, it was very, very counterproductive because I was not using it strategically at all. So basically, I spent tons of time just absolutely destroying my body and not training effectively for hypertrophy, strength, or endurance. So if that sounds like you, the first step is just to be honest with yourself. If you're watching this video, that's a good step because you're likely already have been honest with yourself that you're not making the progress that you should be making. But to be training that hard and then to have to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm not making the progress that I should have been making, something is going wrong here. That is so hard because you're working so hard and then you have to tell yourself that you are not progressing. And that is just very, very disappointing because of all the hard work you've put in. But being honest is the first step and you're already here, so that's a great sign. So how are we going to fix this? I'm going to tell you what I did to fix it, and now I've been making progress, the progress that I should have been making all this time. We are going to start effectively, progressively overloading. Okay, so how are we going to do that? #1, get rid of the idea of training to failure. Just completely get it out of your mind, okay? #2, write down every single aspect of your workouts in your notes app. Because how are we going to progress from last week's workout if we don't know what we did last week? Okay, so what I do is for every exercise, write down exactly how many reps you did and the weight you lifted for each set. Then in the upcoming weeks, you can look back on what you lifted previously, and then you know exactly how much weight you need to lift or how many reps you need to do in order to progress from what you did before. For example, say I did 9 reps of an exercise with 30 pounds last week. This week, I can either do 35 pounds and also do 9 reps or 8 reps or whatever, or I can do 30 pounds again and try and do 10 reps. But because I know exactly what I did last week, I know exactly what I need to do this week in order to progress from there. Okay, so get rid of the idea of training to failure. Start recording every aspect of your workouts in your notes app. And now the third thing you're going to want to do is to start lifting a weight where you can do 3 or 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. You should always be lifting a weight where you can do the same number of reps for all of your working sets. Coming from somebody who used to always try and train to failure, this was a completely new concept for me because I would always do a different number of reps at a different weight for every single set of the same exercise. But that is not very good. So we need to get that consistency going. So pick a weight where you can hit your goal rep range and do the same number of reps for all of the sets that you're doing for a certain exercise. It's actually kind of hard to do that and it really challenges yourself. And what it does is it guarantees that your last set will be your most intense set because you're already fatigued from from your previous sets, and that's exactly what you want. Okay, so that was really it for this video, but I hope I convinced you to kind of die back on the idea of training to failure and start implementing more progressive overload, because that is one of the #1 fundamental principles to building muscle, and it's how you're going to see the growth that you want to see. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot, and please like and subscribe if you did. I will see you in my next video. Bye!